Yo, yo.
What it is, what it do.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
This your girl, Jasmine.
And your boy, Matt.
And we are the Millennial Tempo.
Hey, what's going on? What we doing?
What up, though?
Everything.
Is New Year's Eve.
It is.
The holiday season is officially coming to an end.
Coming to a close. But hey.
That was quick, man.
This year went by fast in the mud.
Yeah, it really did.
Especially the holiday season. This jump flew by.
We just was in the holiday season, I swear. And I think, Snapchat, it shows you what you posted on this day.
Oh, yeah.
Every year. So I be sitting back watching. I'm like, dang.
You be looking at them drunk snaps?
Yeah. No. I mean, I do, but I'm talking about recently. It's just like, dang.
Yeah.
The holiday season was just here. Cannon was just born. Mm-hmm. Cannon. And then, but y'all, let me tell y'all. I knew I wasn't doggone crazy when I was saying that this baby been giving me hell since day one.
Uh-huh.
All them doggone posts that I
had.
have.
A little crazy.
I've been like, oh my God, this baby is crazy. This baby is giving me the blues.
He get it from his mama.
Me? Ain't got nothing to do with me.
You're a little cuckoo, but in a good way.
No. But I was just like, dog. I was looking at my post today of him from a year ago. And the whole video was me trying to cook, clean, but could not because I had to hold him.
I got to. He's spoiled right, man. The folks up at the daycare. Kindercare, y'all got our baby spoiled.
He wasn't even at daycare this time.
Not back then, but the reason he's the way he is now, though, is because they got him spoiled rotten up there. Mm-hmm. They keep my man in his hands.
Yeah, But yeah, y'all. So the holiday season is coming to a wrap.
Mm-hmm. It's been good.
We got today and tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow, holiday season is officially over.
It's over with.
That's crazy.
For real. I mean, New Year's Day is a holiday, but New Year's Eve is the real turn-up celebration.
It's a holiday.
Yeah. I mean, it's a holiday from 11:59 to 12:01, and then after that, it's just recovery for anybody who went out. All for the people who stayed up to watch the ball drop, them old folks.
Yeah, I was supposed to be headed to work on New Year's Day, but I luckily ended up getting somebody to work for me. I have not worked. I was supposed to work. What holiday? Oh, I was supposed to work Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and you found somebody. To work
and I was supposed to work New Year's Day, and haven't had to work. So I ended up getting my doggone leave so sweet. It ended up working out good. But anyways, y'all, let's get on. Let's do a little recap.
Yeah. We
just got back from Saginaw, Michigan.
Yup. Went to Michigan, and fortunately, it wasn't no snowstorms and no blizzards going on because your boy was a little nervous about that probably a month or two ago, whether or not it was going to be a white Christmas.
Yeah.
Driving up there at least.
Yeah, I was only nervous about that.
Just the drive.
Dealing with the drive. But once we got there, it was a day where we was all literally on the porch without even having on jackets.
That first day we pulled up, it was perfect. It probably was 60 degrees or something like that.
It was weird. I'm tripping. My kids did not get to have no white Christmas. We didn't draw all them miles for my kids not to have them a white Christmas. I was slick tight. And my kids didn't get to experience it. But overall, we had a good time. So we actually just got back yesterday. And we came back, y'all, kidless. Yeah,
kid-free.
Kid-free, y'all.
But hold up, don't skim past. Hey, so look, Saginaw known for a couple things food-wise, right? At least that I know of. Maybe some more. But they known for Vargas bread, as they call it, which is Vargas tortillas and tacos.
It's taco bread.
Well, yeah. So it's taco tortillas. They call it taco bread, though. It's by Vargas specifically. And then Big John's. Mm-hmm. So Big John's is a sandwich place, really. They sell more than the steak sandwiches, but they at least their family, they frequent the steak sandwiches, in which they put Italian dressing on their sandwiches. So it's a 18-inch hoagie, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's the big one. No, the big one is a 16-inch hoagie with the steak, cheese. Well, Jazz don't get no cheese, but steak, cheese, mushroom, and then they do onion, banana peppers, and Italian dressing. Mm-hmm. And I tried it. It was cool. It still don't beat, mayo. and the cheese and stuff. But the Italian dressing was cool. I say this to say though, we was up there, man, and something somewhere along the line got everybody sick.
Yeah.
To some degree.
I'm starting to feel like though it wasn't the food,
you
because I think it was just a bug.
Yeah.
Because everybody got sick at different times, and none of us had pretty much ate like the same thing.
That's true, because there was some people. We went bowling to this complex that got bowling and laser tag and an arcade, and they actually had
my cousin's birthday.
Yeah, they had shout out to Carter, 6 years old. They had axe throwing in there too, like where you could throw axe like you playing darts. But they had some pizza in there, and the pizza, I don't know if it was the pizza that got people sick or if it was the bug that was going around, but it was some other people there for the party that hadn't been around us, a whole lot during our trip there, and they got sick too. Yeah,
I started it off on Christmas Day. Oh my God, it was so bad. I was miserable. Down bad. Like I felt like crap.
Yeah.
Then after me, I think we had like a day in between. Then Marche got sick, which is my cousin's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She got sick.
But even that day though, I didn't really necessarily get sick, but I had the bubble guts though. I mean, I was like just going, and your dad was the same way. He didn't get sick, but he definitely had an upset stomach.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
And then the next day we found out Marche was sick.
She had it the worst.
Yeah, she
had it the worst.
Yeah,
she had it coming from both sides, all holes.
Yeah, so
and she had it the worst. And then my cousin, her boyfriend, ended up getting it the next day.
Yep,
it was crazy.
It was though, and then you was in and out sick. Your stomach was upset the whole time. You wasn't really eating like that.
Up the entire week.
Yeah,
like for real. Didn't eat much. Didn't drink. Drank. I didn't get drunk no nights except for I attempted the first night, and that was short lived.
Yeah, that was unsuccessful.
I did not get drunk no
and
nights.
And that's like our pastime at Saginaw. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
That's all you do is eat and drink.
Eat and drink. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah, for real.
You sit in the house. You eat
you talk,
and drink.
You play games.
You talk.
Watch TV. Talk. Play games. Drink. That's it.
Yeah.
Because it ain't too much to do in Saginaw, for real.
It's not. And then, like, we always have a house full of people be in and out.
Yeah, for sure. And the different characters will come through.
Yeah.
And
that's just what it is. But this time, it was like, okay. Especially because we didn't get no snow. That's what really sucked. My baby swore. Cody was like, Mommy. I was like, hey, baby, you excited for Christmas? No, Mommy. It's not Christmas yet.
Yeah.
Because there's no snow.
He associate Christmas and snow.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
So he was just like, no, Mommy, it didn't snow. It's not Christmas. We like, yes, baby, you don't have to have snow for Christmas. So, but we had kept telling him, like, baby, you're going to see some snow. So you'll be able to have you some snow for Christmas. And he was like, okay, Mommy, okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
And that did not
happen.
No
snow, period, at all. Just a little bit of rain here or there. That was about it.
Yep. So we got back yesterday. We drove back kid free.
Hold on. You skipping past. I mean, Christmas is a big ordeal. Vacation is a big ordeal. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. You surprised me with them 11s. I didn't think I was going to get them J's. Oh. You know what I'm saying? I slept on them. I had them in my cart. I was like, man, I really want these Jordans, but not bad enough to spend that $220 on myself, really like $240 with tax. But I was like, so I let them go. You know what I mean? And she was like, oh, I'll buy them and I'll give you the money back. I was like, nah, don't even worry about it, young. You know what I mean? It's Christmas time. I still got to buy gifts. We still go traveling. You know what I mean? We got upcoming trips. I was like, man, I ain't even going to spend the money on it. And sure enough, she pulled through and got them guys for me. That surprised the heck out of me with them Jordans.
Yeah, I did. When you called, I was at work and you called me and was like, yeah, I ain't get them. I was like, all right. Went online, all the websites has crashed. And then I went on one website.
Managed to pull them guys. Pull them guys. And the whole place is Hibbett's.
Yep.
They had them.
Yep. They had your size. Yeah. And I clicked on them. I ain't even sign in. Like, you know how like could be like continuous guest?
Yeah, you just continue as guest.
Just to make sure. Because I ain't want nothing to happen. Yeah. Right. Miss out on my points. Miss out on whatever type of discount I probably could have got. They probably wouldn't even gave me military for no new release. So I probably didn't miss out on that. But I did miss out on my Ebates.
Oh yeah.
I be telling every time I order online, I go through eBay, so I get a percentage back.
And
so
you
I
do get
missed
it
out
back,
on
and
that.
I be folding on it because I don't never use eBay.
Yeah, you tripping. I got like $70 check on the way coming.
Yeah.
And I didn't
just for spending money
just for
via
spending
eBay.
money. Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I got Fat Man. We got Fat Man the fishing pole and keyboard. I think those like his two highlight gifts.
Yeah, that was his big gifts for this year.
Yeah,
and he called it Panano.
A Panano.
So cute.
Yeah.
Mommy, can I play on my Panano?
So we got the idea because when we went to North Carolina for Thanksgiving, he fell in love with my grandmother's piano at her house. So we went out and got him a keyboard. So he should really enjoy that.
Yeah. So Christmas was nice. It was small. We mainly just did things for the kids. Nobody really exchanged gifts except for the couples, like the married couples. And of course, my parents got us stuff. Which is normal, but as far as the whole mass of the household and stuff, we had 3 kids. We had Cody, Cannon, and we had our little cousin Mariah. She's her and Cannon are 5 months apart, and then we had Cody, who was 3. They're both a year old. So the Christmas was mainly for them. Like we still got like 3-4 gifts that we have not even opened. That was Cannon's.
Yeah, Cannon.
He
wasn't involved. He didn't care.
He went into it.
He wanted to play with the box and the wrapper over everything.
But no, he wanted to holler. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, well, no.
On Christmas Day, yes, he was.
When he wasn't hollering, no, he was just kind of around. He was more attracted to the paper and the boxes than the gift.
Yeah, which was weird because him and Mariah are only 5 months apart, and just to see what 5-month difference
developmentally,
is, because she was into it.
Yeah,
like she was opening up her stuff, playing with the stuff, and then Cannon just kind of was just there. So it's just weird how. It really makes a big difference, like when they're in that 1 year stage, as far like how much they develop along the months.
Yeah, it is a big difference.
But it would only be 5 months apart.
I didn't realize that was a thing until I had kids of my own. I just always wondered, like, why do people distinguish how old their kids are, like, per month? You know what I mean? But it makes a difference, though, because a 1-year-old can be a big variant. You can have a 1-year-old that's, basically 1 right on their head, 12 months, 1 year old. Or you can have one that's 17, 18 months. And that's a big difference. You know what I mean? Not only because of clothes, but just where they are developmental wise, as far as what they should be doing or what they are doing. You know what I mean? Because when you got a 13-month-old that's running around talking, doing XYZ in the third, you don't want to just say, he won. Nah, you want to identify this is 13 months.
Right. And then you both just with Mariah and Cannon. Mariah talks.
Right.
Mariah says her ABCs. Mariah's doing all these things, and Cannon just says Google Gaga seal.
Right. And
Yeah.
That's his answer. You ask him a question.
Yeah, he literally answers you. Like you be Cody, Cannon, you want to do. You wanna walk for mommy?
Yeah, he knows the difference between a question and a statement for sure.
Yeah. So, but that's all he's really doing.
Yeah.
So you could just see the difference.
Right. Yeah. So so now I understand as a parent like why you distinguish the months.
Cannon is 12 months.
Well, let me ask you this: how much is too much? As in, when do you cut off the months?
I stop at 18 months.
18 months.
That's when I stop.
Yeah. So anything past 18 months.
I'm not gonna say 19, 20 months. No. 18 months is my cap.
Yeah. At that point, they just won. Yeah. And then when they turn 2, they're just 2.
They're just 2.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not gonna. So we agree, guys. I can agree with that. So you would say that anything over 18 months is just kind of too much. If somebody say, my child 27 months, you're like, huh?
No. Your child is 2. No, 18 months is my cap. It don't even, once I get to 19 months, that don't even sound right to me. Like 18 months, he's 18 months, and then once he hits that 19th month, you're 1.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
So that's how I did it.
And the only reason to describe something other than would be to describe clothes, right? So like somebody say, okay, because I think they have 24-month clothes, right?
Some, right? It's just certain brands. Mostly it just go to 2T.
2T? Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes it'll be 18 to 24 months or something of that nature.
Yeah. But that's still an 18-month close.
Right. Okay.
And then once you get to 24 months, it just depends on the brand.
Yeah. So, hey, in the comments, man, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that 18 months is just like the cap that you should stop describing how old your child is by months? Do you think that's too much, or do you think that's too little, or do you think it's spot on? Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Yeah, because we had that discussion even while we was up there when I was like, I think somebody had asked me how old Mariah was. I was like, oh, she 15 months. They was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, 15 months.
Yeah.
And
I think that debate can go as hand in hand with how old people think people's children should be breastfeeding. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna have their opinion on it.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of like a little. It's different. It's definitely different, but I think everybody just gonna have an opinion on that though. Nobody gonna be like, well, I don't care. Everybody gonna have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving right along, we here.
Yeah, we here.
The drive back was A1. Hold on, let's reverse it a little bit and talk about the travels to Michigan. So first of all, y'all, I am not perfect. I left the diaper bag. She placed it right by the door, and I took the diaper bag, which was by the door to lead out into our garage, where our vehicles are parked outside the garage that we were staging and getting set up to leave. I took the diaper bag and set it on the dryer. And I didn't do that right before we walked out. Everybody as a whole, I did that because you had did that way earlier. I did that as I was transporting stuff in and out. I just ain't want to take the diaper bag right then because I was in the fill up the trunk mode. So I was filling up the trunk with, all of our
happened.
That is exactly what happened. Trust me. Okay, well, let me explain my side of it.
That's not what happened.
And then you can explain your side because I'm telling you what I did. You're going to tell me what you speculating that I did. But what I did was I was filling the car up. I did not feel the need to take the diaper bag out at the time. I noticed you had staged the diaper bag right in front of the door where whoever went out the door could not miss it. So I picked the diaper bag up. I set it right directly to my left on the dryer. I said, okay, it's still going to be in the line of sight. We shouldn't forget this, but I have other stuff I need to put in the car right now, and the diaper bag, it's not one of those things. So I put it there, and then we take off. So we getting going, we done said our prayer.
No, let me get to the truth.
Well, that was the truth.
No, the truth is
that your truth. That was my truth.
No, the truth.
No, your truth. Let's get to
the
your
car
truth.
was. I had the diaper bag was already in the car, and then I realized
the diaper bag was already in the car. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you put the diaper bag in
the diaper bag was already in the car. You had put it in there, or either I put it in there. I'm not sure. Then I remember, oh, dang, I haven't packed bottles. So I go back and I get the diaper bag. Car was already packed.
Yeah.
We didn't have clean bottles until I had washed up all the bottles. Remember, that was the very last thing that we did. Car was packed. The only thing that needed to be done at that moment was bottles getting washed, the dishes getting washed, and canning getting nursed. Them the only 2 tasks that needed to happen.
That's 3 tasks.
It's still washing dishes and whatever, man. Those were the only tasks that needed to be completed.
Yeah.
Was washing the dishes.
Well, we're talking about facts. So we're talking about facts that I need you to be factual. That was 3 tasks.
Washing the dishes.
Washing the bottles and nursing canning.
Washing the bottles. We didn't even boil them. We just washed the bottles.
Yep.
We washed the dishes.
Staged them to be boiled.
Yes.
Once we returned.
Wash the dishes.
Yep.
And put the bottles in the bag. But by that time, everything was already done. By the time I started washing up the dishes and nursing canning, the bottles was already packed. Everything else was done.
Well, I don't understand how it got from, because I put it on top of the dryer. I did that. But I don't know. I know why I did it because I was still putting stuff in the car. No, you weren't. There's no way in the world I walked outside and didn't put that bag in the car if I didn't have other stuff to go into the car.
That's not what happened, man. You had went outside and you came back. And when you came back inside and I was looking at you like, dog, can you go ahead and wash the dishes for me so I can go ahead and nurse canning?
Yeah. We
could use our time wisely. You remember that conversation, right?
Yes, of course.
That's the moment where you moved the bag. The car was packed. The car was completely packed. The only thing that needed to go in the car was you, me, the kids, and the diaper bag.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, moving right along.
So No.
So we're on our travels.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're on our travels, right? We're rolling. Pennsylvania Turnpike to Ohio Turnpike. which will lead you right into Michigan, is the route we had to take coming up out of Maryland. Pennsylvania Turnpike is extremely curvy, by the way. So I'm slinging him around, right? Because I'm doing
I got
70, 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour.
Driving like he know what he doing.
I do know that. I know how to drive.
No,
and the thing about it was everybody was flying past me. So I'm like, oh, God. like
Because they do that for probably on a day-to-day basis.
Well, maybe so. But at the end of the day, though, I'm like, well, maybe I can just pick up the pace a little bit. So I'm driving. And I'm talking about that. The Pennsylvania Turnpike from Maryland to the Ohio Turnpike is just ridiculous. Like it's a complete curve. It's just curvy, windy, up and downhill. So anyways, we get to a point to where it's daytime because we left out about 3 o'clock in the morning, roughly 3 o'clock in the morning. And let's cut the middle and say 2:30.
It was 2 o'clock.
Was it 2 o'clock right on the head?
I woke up at I woke up at 11:30 and I set a goal for us to be out the door by 2.
Yeah.
And we was in the car by 2:03.
2:03. Okay.
Yes, we left at 2 o'clock.
Well, that's 2:03. But okay, so we left at 2 o'clock if you round down, and I started us off with the intent. My intent was to complete. But I knew that if I started us off, she's not really a night driver, so I was like, if daytime come and I'm tired, she won't mind driving. My intent was to complete. But anyways, we get to like Ohio, somewhere in Ohio on the turnpike, man. And did you smell boo-boo? Like what was the purpose for us to stop? Was
No. We once we realized the diaper bag was gone way before he boo-booed. Uh-huh. I had got him out. You went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, and I got him out and nursed him at that moment.
So my goal, we needed. Okay, go ahead.
Jesus.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I got him out the thing, nursed him, and got ready to change his diaper just because he just needed a diaper change at that point. So then we left, and then we continued to drive. Then we started smelling the boo-boo.
Okay, yeah. So we had stopped. That's right. We had stopped at a gas station to get gas, to fill up, take a little stop, get gas, use the bathroom, fill the tank up, and that's when we realized that the diaper bag was missing.
Yes, and we continued on.
So yeah, we continued on. We was like, oh God, we know,
because it was still dark at that moment.
Yeah, it was still dark.
So we drove probably a couple more hours.
Yeah, but then we was like, you know what? Nah, we need to get some diapers because he needed a diaper change. I'm trying to figure out what made us stop right there though. Like
when we went to Target?
Yeah, like what prompted us to pull off the highway and go to Target?
I think we both realized that he had been all that time without having his diaper change.
Yeah, so we pull up to Target, finally found the Target off of the Ohio Turnpike, and I go in. Jasmine is waiting in the car with the kids. I'm going to run in, get some diapers, wipes, and some a travel-size Vaseline. So I go in, I grab the stuff, and I'm at the register, and I'm paying for the stuff, and then Jasmine busts in there with the kids.
Wrapped in blankets. I didn't even put their coats on because Cannon had shitted up his whole front, his whole back. He's screaming and hollering. Cody asking me 1,000,001 questions.
As he does.
And I'm just like, what the hell am I about to do?
Yeah.
I had to put Cody's shoes on. That's the only thing that I really had time because I could not hold. I had took Cannon out. I had Cannon already out because he was hollering.
Yeah.
So I reached over to grab him to go ahead and nurse him or whatever while you were in the store. Uh-huh. And I'm like, it's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put him back in the car seat.
Nah, because you didn't want to get the shit all over the car seat.
So I didn't have time to put their coats on.
Nah, you just had to grab and go.
So Cody had his blankie. I wrapped him up in his blankie. Had Cannon in my arms, like literally holding him like a rag doll, trying to put Cody's shoes on and get him out the car seat. And wrapped him up in his blanket, wrapped Cannon up in the blanket, and ran in the store because at that point we needed pajamas. The luggage was so packed inside to where we would have to take everything out the car in order to get in Cannon's suitcase to get more clothes.
Yes.
So it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, and the car was stuffed. Gifts, baggage.
Yeah, plus everything that we need that you have to have for a kid. Packing place, seats, all this old extra stuff that we have to have when you're traveling with children.
Yes.
So run inside. We run through Cannon, then we got him in the he's shitty, stank, sitting inside the buggy.
Now, somebody in the parking lot helped you with the buggy, right?
Yeah, she she seen me struggling, so she ran, grabbed me a buggy, and was like, "Here you go. I see you struggling, Mom." She was like, "You rock, Mom. You rock." she gave me a buggy, so I got Cody and Cannon both in the buggy, and then I find Matt, and then we have to go find pajamas.
Yeah, so we go back and find some pajamas, and then she got to go into the bathroom.
We had to use I don't change my kids on the diaper changing table. Yeah. My kids, Cannon has never been changed on a diaper table.
A public one, right?
Yeah, because I hate
the first.
I don't do it. I would change him in my lap, or I would change him at a restaurant table, or at the seat before I ever put my kids on those nasty little diaper changing tables. So at that point, I had no choice but to change him on a diaper changing table because he was so shitty.
Yeah.
So we go in. I had to get trash bags because I'm not laying my baby on those things. So I had to get not trash bags, but
you had to get the Target bags.
Yeah,
you
had to get a couple Target bags. Lay
them
out and change him.
Yep. And me and Cody was sitting out in front of the bathroom just waiting, shooting the breeze. Cody, of course, interacting with everybody who walks by, giving high fives and, asking, "What's your name?" and doing all this whole nine, being fat man.
Yes, the talkative one.
Yeah.
So
after that, we went and ate breakfast and then carried on.
Yeah.
So it took us about maybe 11, 12 hours to get to Michigan on the way there, just because of that reason. But it still was a good drive, though.
It was a good drive. The kids were perfect. We had no problems out the kids, minus Cannon pooping up everything, and which was crazy because he hadn't pooped up anything since he was little, since he been about 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, well, I've been noticing though, he been blowing out a few. I think it's because he's teething.
He was teething though. I think he had diarrhea.
He's been blowing out a few lately because of he's been teething. But outside of that, nah. I mean, I think the last time we really had some blowout issues with him, and then with Cody, we was in Charlotte that one time. We was at the mall, me, you, and B. We was at the mall.
That was Cannon or Cody?
That was Cody. Yeah, we didn't have 2 kids at the time. I don't think. Well, who was Cody?
No,
then?
that was Cannon.
That was Cannon?
That was Cannon. And remember in the diaper bag, I didn't pack no clothes. All I had was pajamas.
Oh yeah.
So my baby was walking around the mall. Okay, well
he got changed on the changing table that time too, because I had to take him to the bathroom and change him.
Oh
yeah. So
and he probably ain't laid nothing on the thing.
Of course I did. Ugh. Yeah, we had a receiving blanket in the diaper bag that I used.
Oh yeah, I think so, because you had it. It was pooped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we made it to Michigan. Everything went good. But
Jasmine drove us in like the last 3 hours.
No matter what you do for a man, and you just do it yourself, like for real. Like it's no matter what I do. Like I could have put that damn bag on his back. Yeah. And he still would have taken it off for some God knows what reason.
Well, really, what you could have done was just put it in the car.
I was doing something at that moment. Was doing something.
As what could have alleviated that situation.
No.
Put it back where you got it from.
Nah,
don't just put something now for me to pick up.
Why not take? No, it wasn't just for you to pick up. It was for whoever went out the door first. Well, it wasn't specifically for you. Whoever went out the door first.
That's not what you verbalized. That might have been your thoughts,
Matt.
But you just
I didn't have to
place
verbalize
the bag down
that.
By the door.
If I put something where you could not walk out the door,
I moved it out my way.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you had my point. Take accountability.
I moved it out my way.
That's something that you have a hard time doing.
But what I'm saying is, you could have just put the bag back in the car where you got it from.
At that moment, but where I staged that bag meant that it should not have been left. Period.
But you could have just put it back in the car.
I was doing something.
Yeah, you could have put it back in the car though. That's all I'm saying.
So and then you just want to make it about me. Like I don't understand
I'm not making it about you.
You can never take accountability.
We both forgot the bag.
No, we did not.
Because you could have put the bag back in the car where you got it from.
I put the bag to where whoever went out the door first.
Is that what you verbalized?
I didn't need to verbalize it.
Obviously you did because I left it.
But you're not dumb.
Because we left it. Correction.
No.
Obviously.
You left it.
Obviously.
I don't want to keep talking about it, man.
Well, let's move on.
I don't want to keep talking about it. Let's move on because you take no accountability, and that crap boils my blood. It boils my blood to no ending when you don't take accountability.
I am taking accountability, you're not taking any responsibility.
I'm not. I don't have to. I don't. There's no responsibility on that. You didn't
put the bag back in the car.
I put the bag in a place to where no one. You should not have walked out the door without touching it.
Is not a fail safe.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about this.
Should not. It's not a fail safe. You could have put the bag back in the car you got it from, and we wouldn't have left it. I took part in it because I picked the bag up from in front of the door and put it on the dryer. But you took part in it as well because you took the bag out of the car, but did not. You failed to put the bag back in the car.
Let's move on because you're not taking no accountability.
I don't know,
if
folks.
I had messed up,
y'all let us know what you think.
If I had messed up, I would have.
Send your opinions in to the millennialtempo@gmail.com or inbox either one of us or our page, which you should already be liking. All right, and go ahead and comment or send us a direct message and let us know what you think. Is it just my fault or is it both our faults? Because I definitely could have just picked the bag up and put it in the car, or she could have put the bag back where she got it from back in the car versus just sitting in front of the door.
No accountability. Oh my gosh.
I'm taking my responsibility.
You're not.
What I
have none to take.
I
have none to take, and I stand by that.
Well, let's let the people decide.
I stand by that. I have none
her
to
fault,
take.
my fault, or both our faults?
It's not my fault.
Let us know. So she drove us in the rest of the way. We was about 3 hours from Saginaw, and she finished up the drive. Everything was smooth, and we got there, in the early afternoon, and carried on from there. So now here we are back. We got back yesterday. Well, I will say not yesterday. I will say we got back on Monday, and we're back without any children. We don't have no kids. The kids are going to be gone for a couple weeks. They're going to be in Georgia. Currently, they are in Michigan until the 2nd, but they'll be headed down to Georgia, and they're going to spend a couple weeks down there until we go for your mother's graduation.
Yes.
From culinary school. So we need to figure our life out because right now we acting real old and lame. But I will say, though, we had a long vacation. We've been going from home for the last week, and we've been on the road for 20 hours cumulatively for this trip, 22 really. So these last couple of days, just yesterday obviously we had just got back, but then today, like, this is just that rest and recuperation day when we do nothing.
And I'm kind of getting sick of myself. Like, all right, Jasmine, get up and get going, because my intent is to use my time wisely.
Yeah, she wants to.
I want to get my house together. Like, I've been getting my house together for a year now, and I'm sick of it.
Right.
Like, my kids, my baby got all these, Cannon got all these toys and stuff that he got for his birthday and for Christmas. He still has 6-month clothes in his closet, and I'm sick of it. I got to get my kids' house together. Like, I got to get it together. These rooms, we got pictures, and
we definitely got pictures and all kind of stuff we haven't hung up yet.
And it's quite pitiful.
The house is very incomplete.
Right.
It's not fully a home yet. Right. We still got brown boxes and moving boxes. Well, they're not out and exposed. They're stored, but
they should not exist.
They still shouldn't even be in here, though.
Yeah, they should not exist. So I'm ready to get my house together. So my goal is to use my time wisely. But here we are, day 2 of being home, and I have not done anything.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just got to relax, though. That's another thing, man. You got to take the time just to get that R&R break, because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. When the kids are here, the forefront of your mind when it comes to your mental sanity is not getting this house together. The forefront is, I need a break. I need some time just for myself. I would like to wake up when I want to wake up, and I would like to go to sleep when I get ready to go to sleep, and just kind of move around freely without children. So them being away for this short period of time, we got to capitalize on that as well. So yeah, I understand we got, a mission to where we need to get this stuff together in this household, but we owe it to ourselves to utilize this as a mental break, though, because it's few and far in between.
You're right.
When these breaks come around, so you got to capitalize on it.
Like, when you think about it, we only have one weekend, because I have to work this weekend. So we only really have one weekend. Yeah. And then the next weekend we'll be in Vegas.
I'm about to have the house to the face. Nigga, house party. Hey! No, stop.
Man, you have the corniest
house party.
Like,
hey, everybody come to Waldorf, man. We about to turn up on Saturday from 8 to 3. You know what I mean?
Can you continue on? Like, you're so whack.
Well, whatever, man. I laugh at my own jokes
all the time, and it's so weird.
Whatever.
It's so weird to me, like how somebody be like, he be like cracking
Like,
up.
I was over here really geeked though, because I'm really about to have a house party.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
So I realized that we really only have one weekend where I'm not working, where we can actually get stuff done, because at the end of the day, we go back to work on the 2nd. So I'm like, all right, I should have been up today, but whatever. I'm gonna get up tomorrow, get things done. I need to cook, I need to meal prep, I need to do something to get us prepared for the work week that we still have, because at the end of the day, we still gotta work.
We're going back to work
Thursday. I have to work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, the 2nd is our first day back to work. So we both got to go back to work.
Yep. So we have drawn out this whole recap, and I'm over the recap.
I mean, when you recap, you need to give the people details, because when you skim over it, what are they listening for?
Anyway,
if we're not giving them details, why even listen?
So recap is over.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
what are we talking
We
about?
are entering into our 3rd decade of life.
Yeah.
We're entering into our 3rd decade of life.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking maybe we can do like just a small version, not no huge, long, drawn out version, because I actually have something else. I have 2 more things that I want to talk about. So
are we really entering our 3rd or our 4th?
This is our 3rd decade.
Because we got the 80s. We was born in the 80s. We lived in the 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000.
You was born at the end of the 80s.
I still lived during the 80s, though.
Well, we're saying a full decade. This is 3 decades and 1 year, technically. You're 31. A decade is 10 years. I'm talking about decades of your life, of our lives.
Oh, okay.
You've lived 3 decades and 1 year.
Okay. All right.
So,
okay, yeah.
Because, I wouldn't consider I would not consider being born in 1988 as living through that decade.
I was born in that decade.
You were born in that decade, but you did not live through that. Like you did not complete that whole entire decade.
Yeah.
You completed the decade of the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. Those were the decades that you lived through. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. I'm going to roll with it.
Well, what do you want to roll with? I'm always the dummy.
You the captain of this joke, man.
Nah, I'm always the
just
dummy.
on the boat, man.
Don't never know what I'm talking about.
I ain't the captain of the yacht, but I'm on the boat. You feel me? I'm just trying to get clarity. And also, I'm just trying to get clarity. What do you mean? Like, are we talking about, like you said, years lived? Or are we talking about years that we lived in? Like, what are we talking? But you said years lived, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, you weren't really, you was born technically 1 year of the 80s. So we didn't really live through the 80s. That's not our decade. Our decade is the 90s. If you talk to anybody, we lived through the 90s decade. That's our decade.
Yeah.
We were born at the end of the 80s.
Right.
We're 80s babies, true.
Yes.
But we're 90s babies.
Yeah, but we still lived in the 80s, though.
Okay, so anyways. Oh my God.
Yeah. Where were you going with this?
Frustrating. Like you contradict everything I say.
Well, I'm not trying to contradict, but I want to get clarity though. Not only for myself, but the listeners as well though.
Anyways, this is we lived through a decade. So I wanted to do a small recap of this last decade.
Okay.
Which would mean
10 years from back.
So that would be starting like 2010. That was the beginning of the decade.
Yeah.
2010 up until
pull our
now.
Facebooks up?
No, just give something small. What do you remember about the decade? What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you not want to bring into this decade? What was your major accomplishments? What are some things that you learned, that you did? Just a small recap of the last decade.
All right. You go first. Or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay, so the last decade, so the last 10 years, right? From 2010 up until now.
And even if you just bring up one thing about each year over the last decade, something that was monumental to you.
Oh, man, you asking a whole lot. You asking a whole lot. All right, so 2010, I joined the military. All right, that was monumental that year. I came to the Army. So, yeah, I'm coming up on 10 years in the Army, actually, in March. So, 2010, joined the military, graduated from basic. 2011, wasn't too much going on in 11, to be honest with you. It just was a year. That's it. Going back and forth to North Carolina and partying and, living my life. 2012 is when I met you. All right. I also deployed in 2012. I got engaged. We got engaged in 2012. 2012 was a big year. Now that I'm thinking about it, man, it was a big year. 12, yeah. I met you. I deployed and we got engaged. And then 2013 came back from deployment. We got married. 2014 we moved to Virginia together. So it's first time cohabitating with a female and being married, you know what I mean? All in one in a different state.
It was quite something to deal with.
Yeah. 2015, I want to say, I don't know what happened in 2015. I think I might have got one thing good that happened that year was I got my expert field medical badge. So that's an Army thing. It's a big accomplishment for anybody in the medical field in the Army. 2016, you got pregnant with Cody. I won NCO of the year.
That's not when I got pregnant.
You didn't get pregnant in 16?
No.
Well, when did you get pregnant? Huh?
15.
Oh, he was born in 16. That's right. Oh, man, I'm tripping. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. You got pregnant in 15. Oh, man, that was a trip to Miami. That was a good trip, too. Miami, it was a good trip. I really like Miami. Yeah. And then, one NCO of the year in 16. And then, we had Cody. And then 2017. What really happened in 17? 17, I don't know. 17 was kind of dry. You know what I'm saying? 17 was a little dry. 17, 18, 19. How long we been here? Oh, we moved here in 2017. Yeah, so we moved from Virginia to DC. In 17, I started a new position here. Working in the National Capital Region, which is dope. 18, we took various vacations in between all of this, you know what I mean, and all of that, various vacations. But 18 was cool. We had 18. We had Big Red. Cannon was born at the end of 18, so that was a big milestone. And then here we are in 19. Took some awesome vacations in 19. Our son turned 1 in 19. Yeah, you know what I mean? Here it is. We 6 years married in 19. Homeowners. We bought our first house, actually, the rewind, in 18. At the end of 18, we bought our first house. So that was a really big milestone for us. Some things that I don't want to take into 20 though. Me personally, I don't want to take, I don't know. I want to take everything into 20. I just want to enhance everything. I want to just keep building upon what I got, like what we have, as a family, and then, my own personal goals continue, like just to work towards them. It's the midpoint in my career. We've been married for 6 years. We steady learning each other. So I don't want to not take nothing personally in the 20. I want to take it all. I just want to continue to build upon it, continue just to get better. Some things I don't want to see though, like what developed over these last 10 years, all this political correctness is kind of killing me, man. Like just
I think we hit on that. I think the culture is just done.
Yo, it's
so draining.
Yo, this is draining, man. Like for real. It's draining. Like everybody just politically correct, bro. Like you got me. Like, I can understand being professional, man. Sensitive. Everybody just so sensitive
about everything,
bro. Like people get mad because you tell them Merry Christmas. Like, bro, I don't have to say Happy Holidays. I get everybody to celebrate Christmas, bro. But like, if you don't celebrate Christmas and I say you Merry Christmas, then respond with whatever you celebrate. Tell me Happy Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to go get butthurt because I said Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, dog, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Merry Christmas to be offensive to you because I know that you're Jewish. Like, I'm only saying Merry Christmas because that's what I celebrate.
That's what you grew up saying. Like, that's what Christmas, we say.
You feel me?
Now it's you got to say Happy Holidays, man. Get out of here.
Yo, that's like that kills me, man. Yeah. Like, everybody, that's just one. It's one thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's tons of just different things like that where like you got to walk on eggshells
about everything
nowadays, man. About anything
you post and say, which at the end of the day, I get it. you subject yourself when you make statuses and things like that. Yeah. But everything does not have to be a debate. That's what I think I'm sick of.
Everything being
no
a debate.
matter what you say, you could say the doggone. This girl, I'll never forget. I wish I could post. She posted so much. I wouldn't even be able to find the status. But she made a status, and it was on the lines of, I don't like to have negative people around because I don't like that negative energy. Some. And somebody, it was a powerful statement. Yeah. And it was debated. It blew me. Like, you can't say nothing. Everything is a debate. If I say that I love my husband so much, he takes care of me, he does this, he does that, somebody gonna comment and say, but well, why would you say that? Like, what about the women whose husband does not love them? Yeah. What about the women who, like, why would you say that? Yeah. When there's other women who husbands don't love them.
Yeah.
What?
That's bonkers.
What?
Yeah, that's bonkers.
Like,
man.
For instance, it was a debate on social media where somebody had made a post and was like, parents should stop buying their. Hold on. Let me think. How did it go? Pretty much, it was saying that we should not buy our kids expensive gifts and stuff like that because the next kid isn't allowed to have it, or post it on social media. And the less fortunate kids that can't afford these gifts, like, we shouldn't do that. So I'm like, what? So you mean to tell me that I have to worry about what goes on in my next door neighbor house at Christmas time? Like, what? Why do I have to be sensitive to the next person's household? It's not like my kids will be out bragging and boasting about what they have. Right. However, I'm not going to downplay how I celebrate my kids. Oh, that's what it was. Let me backtrack. It was saying that as parents, like, okay, say for instance, your kid wants an iPad and let's say a little a toy car. They were saying that parents should not say that the iPad came from Santa Claus. They should say that the toy truck came from Santa, because you're going to have kids who ask for an iPad as well from Santa, and Santa does not bring them an iPad. That's what it was. And I was like, what? I'm not about to downplay how I run, how Santa works in my home.
Right, that would make a whole lot of sense.
For my next door neighbor's house and how they work Santa. Like, and then you might have children who are less fortunate and who are not allowed to buy their kids everything that they want, but that's not my problem.
Right.
That's not, and I don't think nothing is insensitive about that. I don't think nothing about that. I think that me as a parent, whatever I am fortunate enough to do for my children, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
Correct.
And I'm going to go all out my way. Absolutely. And for that kid who's not able to do that, it's their parents' job to explain to them whatever they need to explain.
Right, exactly. When they come with the questions.
Right. Because there might be a moment where my kid is asking for something that I can't afford, right, or that I cannot do for them at the moment. And it's going to be up to me to explain to my kid in the most healthiest way of why they can't have it, or why I can't afford it. Why
Santa didn't bring it.
Right. I'm not gonna tiptoe around somebody else's household.
Nah, not at all.
Like, this is my house.
That's crazy. That's even a debate.
That was a debate. Was that if you buy your kids an iPad for Christmas, you don't need to say it came from Santa, because the kid next door ain't gonna get an iPad from Santa, and they wanted an iPad. And I could not believe that was a thing, that people are so sensitive, and to where I have to I got to run my household in accordance to what you got going on in your household.
Yeah.
How? Why?
Yeah, that's why.
That ain't my problem.
It ain't got nothing to do with us.
And it's not my job to show compassion for anybody.
Right.
It's not my job.
Right.
I have no obligation to feel sorry for the next person. I don't have an obligation. However, I do.
Right.
You know, I feel, but I'm not obligated.
You ain't obligated.
I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. People be bugging.
People are crazy.
They go crazy on the social media, man.
So it's pretty really draining, do. I've mentioned it to you that I'm thinking about like letting it go for a little while. Because
I did a little social media diet this year. I really did. She rolling her eyes over there and cringing her teeth, but I really did do a little social media diet. I mean, I went probably like a month solid without Facebook, Instagram, nothing, straight. You know what I mean? And then I slowly just kind of got back into it, and
came back harder than ever.
Well, I mean, did I really?
Yeah. You were not on social media the way you are
Well,
now.
we started this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. First things first. We started this podcast. So I got to be on there monitoring. I got to be able to make statuses. I got to be on there doing all kind of stuff. I got to stay relevant. But anyways.
You don't even post.
Dog, I do post.
No, you don't.
I really don't. But sometimes I do when it's pertaining to the podcast.
It got bad. Like your social media, like it went to a whole different level when you left and came back.
In that zone just as much as everybody else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Probably less. Okay. You know what I mean?
Anyway, so me do my little recap. I've been thinking about my little accomplishments over the last 10 years. So I'm going to do mine and also going to bring up what I enjoyed about this past decade and what as far as, you know, amongst the world, like little sayings and dances and things like that.
Oh, see, I ain't have time to think about it, so there's no way I could have gotten to depth.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, go ahead, baby.
You're fine. Okay, so 2010. What I remember about 2010 was I got my first apartment. I was still at Albany State. I was in my senior year at Albany State, so I got my first apartment. I remember originally I was supposed to have a roommate. Me and my roommate that I roomed with all through college on the yard. We were supposed to be roommating, and it didn't work out, which I kind of thank God because I enjoyed living on my own.
Now, for the people who don't usually listen to us, what college did you go to?
Albany State University, the unsinkable Albany State University.
In Albany, Georgia?
In Albany, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I ended up getting my first apartment, so that was exciting. 2011, I graduated from undergrad with a bachelor's in criminal justice.
Yeah.
Got my degree. And I also 2011 was the year my grandmother passed. She ended up dying in January, so that was it was really rough trying to graduate. I will never forget, I was taking statistics, and of course I needed that class to graduate, and I struggled. Oh God, I struggled. That was a hard class for me. And I remember just fighting, trying to get, I think I ended up with a C in that class. Like that's how much I struggled in that class. So like with my grandma, because when she got sick, when it got real, real bad, every month I would go to Saginaw. Like every month. So I was missing class. I was missing work. I wasn't focused. Ended up making a C in the class. Whoop, graduated. Boom. I also began grad school 2011 at Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. So I began grad school 2011. 2012, I met you. We got engaged.
Best day of your life.
We got engaged. And then you deployed. So I was working through my way through grad school, working, all of that. And then 2013, what came first? First, I graduated grad school, 2013.
Yeah.
Then I got my first state job. I was a probation officer in DeKalb County, Georgia. So I graduated in May. And in June, I was hired with my first state job, which, you know, for a lot of people, they don't graduate college and go straight into a job. So that was awesome for me.
Now, how did you do that for those who listening?
I interned. I had to pay. I ended up, our chairman, I don't know. I'm just that type of person, like where
you work hard.
I work hard, but people take a liking to me. And because of that liking, our chairman, nobody really cared for. But I knew how to play it. Like, I knew how to get in her back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up, we had to do what was called a practicum to graduate. You either had to do a thesis or you had to do a practicum. And for the practicum, you had to do.
What's a practicum?
It's when you do 480 hours of at an internship. And you had to do 480 hours. You had to write a paper about it. Mm-hmm. You had to document your hours. And I think you had to do maybe something else. I don't really remember. Mm-hmm. So I went to her office and I was frustrated because I couldn't find an internship.
Yeah.
I went to her. She was like, hey, I know the chief in DeKalb County. Let me give him a call for you. She called him. They called me and told me to come in for an interview. Mm-hmm. I went in for my interview. Sat in. The chief that she once knew was not there anymore. Yeah. So when I went in, she was like, oh, I'm not sure. You know, the person who my connect, he's not there anymore. It was a guy, I remember. So I went, had my interview, and just so happened it was homecoming weekend. So this was October. So we're talking, and I run as I'm walking. I think it might have been into the interview. A girl saw me and she was like, where I know you from? I was like, I don't know. And she was like, what school you went to? I was like, I went to Albany State. She was like, oh, I went to Albany State. I was like, oh, okay. Walk in, the chief graduated from Albany State University. So they ended up, we did our interview. Of course, I knocked it out the water and they hired me. So when they called me and told me that I had the interview, she's like, oh yeah. I also got some good news for you. I was like, what? She's like, you're getting paid on your internship. So that was like the best thing ever. I ended up
paid internship.
Yeah, because technically you have to work full time. Yeah. In order to get 480 hours in like 3 months. Right. Yeah. So I had to work full time. So I was working for Hertz. So I had to go down to just weekends. Yeah. So I wasn't going to be able. So I was like stressed out.
Driving cars at Hertz.
Yeah. So I was stressed out trying to figure out what the heck I was going to do, money wise, because I had to do this internship. So they ended up paying one by like $10 an hour. Yeah. But I was working. I was in grad school. Mm-hmm. I was working 40 hours a week at the probation office, and then I would get off of work, go to class in between. Yeah. Leaving the probation office, and then on Saturdays I went to work at Hertz every Saturday. Yeah, and also while planning the wedding. So this was all going on in 2013. So that was 13. So like I said, we ended up getting married. 2014, we moved to Virginia.
Yep, Hampton.
The hardest thing that I've ever done, I left my comfort zone and moved to Virginia with my now husband. No kids, no nothing. We had never lived together. And it was rough. Mm-hmm. It was rough. Oh, God, it was rough. We had a lot of trying times and days. Mm-hmm. Like a lot that first year. But it was good. I ended up being out of work for 8 months. I was depressed. I was sad. I was miserable. It sucked. And I ended up landing my job at the probation and parole office in Norfolk, Virginia. One of my favorite jobs. Yeah. I think I liked all my jobs except for at the Brig. So I ended up getting that job, which was great. Met some great people, whatever. So that was 14. 2015, I ended up getting my federal job. Mm-hmm. I had did like a year in Norfolk at the probation office, and so I had got my year in August, and by September I was gone. I got my federal job, which was great. I ended up getting like a $30,000 raise. Big raise. Leaving from there, going from state to federal. So that was awesome. And then the next month after I got hired, I got pregnant. Yeah. And I guess we can kind of give like a little backdrop. We had been trying to get pregnant for pretty much from the time we got married. I ain't gonna say we weren't really trying to get pregnant right after we got married, but we wasn't doing anything to prevent it. Yeah. No. And after year 1 was when we was trying to get pregnant. Like it was on and popping. So when I finally got pregnant in 2015, then 16, of course, we had Cody. 17, we moved up here.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting my job at the pretrial.
Yeah, for the agency.
Yep. The agency that I'm currently with now. So that was 17. 18, I got promoted.
Yeah.
Well, got pregnant. And got promoted.
Yeah.
And had a baby.
Yeah.
And bought a house.
Yeah.
All in 18.
All in 18.
All of that happened in 18.
Yeah, 18 was a good year for you.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, 18. March I got pregnant. September. I think all in September I got promoted and
bought the house.
And bought the house in September. And then December we had Cannon. Yep. And then 19. I don't know. I really can't say anything special about 19. I mean, I completed another breastfeeding journey, but I think that's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, 19 was all right.
19, well, we went out the country. I went out the country twice.
Yeah.
I went to the DR and I went to Mexico.
You dodged death.
And then
in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I really did. And I traveled. I brought in my 30th birthday. I turned 30 in 19, so that's nice. I went to Tampa for my 30th birthday, so I went on vacation a lot.
Yeah, 19.
We went on. Yeah, was vacations for sure.
Big, a lot of vacations.
Yeah, we traveled a lot
for sure.
And we picked our kids up and toted them right along with us. Oh, that was good. I can say my decade was nice.
Yeah. These last 10 years, these last 10 pieces been good, man.
I'm probably about 100 pounds bigger than what I was over the starting in 2010.
Yeah.
About 100 pounds.
Easy. I don't want to talk about weight, man.
Why not?
Because that's a recurring topic for everybody in this time of year, man.
Not everybody.
Everybody always talk about weight.
Nah, not
it's
everybody.
It's either finances or weight when people talking about anything when it comes to New Year's.
I ain't talking about this for New Year's. I said in 10 years I'm 100 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about no New Year, new me stuff right now. I'm talking about the decade.
The caveat into New Year, new me stuff. How do you feel about that? Do you make resolutions still?
No.
Yeah, me either. I don't make New Year's resolutions.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and honestly, it's kind of funny to me for people that do. I mean, kudos to you. If you make New Year's resolutions, by all means, don't let me discourage you from doing it. You just my entertainment when I read it on Facebook. I'm sorry. I'm just being dead honest. Somebody honestly go to Facebook and list their New Year's resolutions. I look at that like, okay, good for you.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
It is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I don't want to be discouraging.
Just because you don't stick to your goals or
the
things that you plan, how you know that though?
Because I see it.
You always make an assumption and
come on, man.
Never can go with facts.
Because I see it, man. These folks ain't doing nothing out here, man.
There he go laughing at his own.
These folks ain't doing nothing out here, man.
But you don't know that.
Man,
and he kills me when he does that. Like
you
make an assumption.
You know what I'm saying? Make your plays, bro. You ain't got to go to Facebook and put out no false hope for yourself and for your.
But what's the difference when you talk about it to yourself and don't do it? What's the difference?
Well, you ain't got the world looking. You ain't got me looking. Everybody.
What's the difference? You said you weren't gonna be this way. I said I wasn't gonna be this way amongst each other, and it still didn't happen. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
We said it.
So
what's the difference of you posting it on Facebook versus just verbalizing it amongst yourselves? There's no difference.
Like I said, I don't want to discourage anybody from doing it. I don't do it, and I find it funny when people do.
I don't see why.
Because they don't stick to their goals.
You set goals
for sure,
and you did not complete them, just like the next person.
New Year's resolutions, though, it seemed cliche. It just seemed cliche to me. It don't seem genuine. I don't think if somebody wanted to set goals for themselves, I think they will set them. And they will set a time frame that's just not associated with New Year's. At the
first of the year, we can go to your Instagram and see you on there off the chain with it.
What you mean?
At the first of the year, making all those videos on your Instagram. This was January 1 was when that whole act started.
What you mean? You talking about my Matt the Motivator account?
Yeah.
Go follow me at Instagram, by the way, Matt the Motivator.
Because when you began the whole I'm new year, new me.
Nah,
Although you
I wasn't
didn't say
new year, new me.
Yes, you were. Like, let's be real.
No,
and I try not to bust you
no,
out, but I'm gonna bust you out.
Nah,
this was.
Hold on, wait. I can go look at my own Instagram account. I don't need you to
Matt
go look.
the Motivator.
I don't need you to go look at
this
my
man
IG.
right at January 1 was all of a sudden on his New Year, New Me crap.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Nah, I wasn't. November 23rd, 2018. November 23rd, 2018. November 23rd, 2018. What are you talking about? Wait, exactly. What are you talking about, man? November 24th, 2018. This is like Christmas time. December 13th. What are you talking about?
All right.
Exactly. What are you talking about? December 24th, 14th, 2018. Actually, I don't have nothing past December the 15th, 2018 talking about that. My next post is Millennial Tempo, July 17th. So I went from December 15th, 2018 talking shit on Instagram to July the 17th of this year without posting anything. And my next post was about Millennial Tempo, episode 1. So, no, I was not a part of the New Year, New Me.
Whatever.
Thank you kindly,
Whatever.
ma'am.
Yes, he was.
For trying to bust me out. So, yeah, everybody go to Matt the Motivator on Instagram and check it out.
He was just getting a head start.
No,
only difference was he had called himself not being on social media no more.
Here you go, young. Oh man, see, you just can't no accountability, man.
Not being
you
on
can't
social
just say,
media.
yeah, you right. I was wrong.
All right, you right.
See that? No accountability.
I just said, all right, you right.
Yeah, I had to fish for it though, so it ain't the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he had so-called got off social media.
Yeah, I went, I'm saying, for a while. Now, when I did come back to social media, I did more scrolling and posting, which I do that now anyway, but I will post periodically. I mean, I think my last post on Instagram might have been Millennial Tempo. It was the 19th of this month. But prior to that, it was, you know what I mean, the 20th. So it's few and far between that I post, but I will post though. To my personal accounts at least. But anyways, man.
Yes, our decade was pretty good.
It was.
I don't have anything to say, good or bad, about our decade. I think it was overall good, I guess.
Yeah, it was. We took a couple losses.
Some rough times, some things that, you know, I wish might have not have happened, or, you know, different things like that. But at the end of the day, we had a solid marriage.
Would you change anything if you could?
I'm really not a big. I don't live with regrets. I don't have. I can't say that I regret anything that I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I'm not one of those people who regret many things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes maybe little minute things, you know.
Yeah.
But overall, nah. I don't have no regrets about nothing over this last decade. But it's pretty. I'm thankful. You know, I'm extremely thankful for being able to live through a decade, because there's people who did not make it.
There's a lot of people who ain't make it, man.
Yeah.
It is a lot of people. Death is running rampant nowadays. It seems like, you know, old and young. People's just dying like a mug. So, yeah, it's a blessing to be able to, you know, get ready to transition to another decade, man. The 2020s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this would be like the decade where our children pretty much learn and interact in, will be this decade.
Yep. And then once this decade is complete, I'll be retired from the military. I don't know why that song is in my mind.
And he about to bust out laughing.
Nah, I wasn't, no.
All right. Anyways, so we had a question. I made a post on social media and we ended up getting a couple questions, but one of them that I'm going to bring up is
real quick. Let's do it. We got engagement to go to.
Disrespectful stepkids.
Okay.
She's rude and disrespectful at times. I wasn't raised that way. So when I correct her, she starts crying and then I become the bad person. And this person's spouse does nothing to back her up. What's your feedback?
Do you know how old the stepchild is?
I'm gonna do a guess. 10.
10. Okay. Preteen. Ish. It's a girl. Mm-hmm. And this is the stepmom.
Mm-hmm. These two are in a relationship. They have children of their own. Mm-hmm. And then
everybody live in the same house?
Just visiting. The stepchild is visiting for the holidays.
Okay. So stepchild lives with mom.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would you deal with it? I guess I can go first.
You ain't let me.
Oh, you've been.
Let the build up. I mean, let the beat build. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to get more in detail because I'm sure you know more detail, but probably because somebody you know. All right, I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
But, so you have a 10-year-old, 10-ish, okay, visiting from out of town during the holidays, usually, right? Mm-hmm. Does she come around very often, or is it?
We're talking about right now.
Right now.
Visiting for the holidays. Disrespectful kid. How much
spouse.
Money you need?
Hey.
Not supportive.
Your child is disrespectful. And I don't appreciate it. So I need you to take care of it. That's it.
You think it's that simple?
Well, it should be that simple. That's the thing. It should be. Can you stop kicking that? It should be that simple. That should be the conversation, though. All right? Because, it's not like you really can discipline the child. What, you gonna take her cell phone away from her? Hell, do you pay the bill? Not that it matters, but is it yours? You know what I mean? It's somebody else's child. You know what I mean? Or how's the relationship with the mom? If you have a relationship with the mom, if y'all co-parenting, call the mom. Say, hey, the child is being disrespectful. Can you talk to her? Because I really don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? If y'all co-parenting, if it's cool enough for the child to come to your house, she's up under your umbrella of your household. So obviously the mom trusts you to take care of the child. And, if the mom has if she's an adult, I think that she'll be able to receive it. Like, hey, child's being disrespectful. But you got to have that conversation with the dad first, though.
Yeah, I think it's on the dad.
Period. The dad, yeah. If the dad not backing you up.
And they're not married.
Oh, they're not married?
So that makes a difference, too.
Okay, so.
Like
they just live in the house together? Okay.
They don't just live in a house together. They're in a relationship.
Yeah, but they okay, yeah, sure. All right. Okay, well, yeah, that kind of makes a little bit
difference. That makes a difference, too. Because I feel like if you had a stepson, daughter, you and I are married, I feel like my parenting is like a step higher. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that I should be able to discipline you. I should be able to correct you when you're wrong and not have to worry about whether or not I get, it's okay between either parent.
Well, that kind of changes the narrative.
What do you mean?
Because at first you said her stepdaughter, but this is her boyfriend's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of different.
Yeah, so technically she's not her stepdaughter.
Right, that's her boyfriend's daughter.
Gotcha.
So that kind of makes a little bit of a difference.
But they're in a monogamous relationship,
right? Yeah.
With children, they live together, just not married.
Right, but her boyfriend's daughter is in town visiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that makes a difference.
Yeah, it's definitely
they're not married because, like I said, if you had kids, I would feel like I would be able to stop that child dead in their tracks. If your child was to come around and do some disrespectful stuff, I would discipline that child accordingly. Like I would never whoop my stepchild because if the daddy don't whoop her or the mama don't whoop her, what I look like.
Right.
However, like how you said about the cell phone thing and all of that, I would call her mom and be like, hey, she's not about to have her phone for a couple of days because this, she's being disrespectful, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't never been in that situation. I've never even seen how step parenting even operates for real.
Right.
So I don't know.
I can imagine how it would go.
But what I think as in this situation, I think that a conversation has to be had with the dad.
For sure.
And a conversation would have to go something like, all right, so your daughter's being very disrespectful. I don't appreciate it. When she does things to me, you're supposed to step in and have my back. If I say something to her to correct her, you're supposed to second everything that I say.
Follow up. Just like with your own children.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that whole little, you ain't my mama.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're not.
Right.
And a child can run with that if they don't see that their dad is in the same sentiments as the stepmom.
Correct.
You know, they can be like, well, you ain't my mama or whatever. And then you also think about there's probably moments where he's gone to work and she's at home with the kids and got all the kids by herself.
Yeah.
You're going to want to know that at the end of the, if I'm not here, you still can handle these children and she's not going to disrespect you while I'm not here.
Right.
So you have to be able to have that conversation and say, hey.
Yeah, she got to get the cosign from the dad.
Yeah, and he needs
That's
to.
big.
And if she was to go to him, like say he was gone to work or whatever, she's at home with the kids and she do something disrespectful, she corrects her, whatever. She should be able to go to him, have a conversation, and he's supposed to follow up and say, hey, my girlfriend said that you did so and so, and I don't, we don't appreciate that. You're not going to do that. It's disrespectful, and make her apologize for whatever she did.
Yeah,
and have a positive, back and forth dialogue about the situation.
Yeah,
and she should be, and if it.
Now I don't know what the relationship is with the mom of the child, but it would be good to get her involved too. Yeah, because that could cause animosity. Especially if the kid go home and say something to the nature of, oh, they being mean to me over there. Or, dad's girlfriend is being mean to me. Mm-hmm. She took my phone and XYZ in the third. So I think that, and that could be something that the dad could do with the mom. Like,
yeah, hey, honestly, I don't think that, now I'm thinking about, I don't think it would be the girlfriend's place to take no child's phone. Because like you said, you don't pay the bill.
Right.
But she should be able to go talk privately and be like, hey, she did so-and-so. She does not need to have her phone because what she did. Right. She needs a punishment. And I think that that's a good punishment. So he should be the one to be like, hand it here.
Because you disrespected her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. It has to be a conversation. And if there's no backing if he does not have your back, don't leave me home with it by myself.
Yeah,
like
pretty much,
like
because at that point, you have to.
You're not feeling, if you're feeling disrespected in your own home, then dad, when you go to work or if you run into the store or whatever, take her with you. Yeah, because you cannot feel uncomfortable in your own home.
Nah, you can't,
and you also can't set. And then you also can't set a tone like that when you got other children watching. Right. You got your kids watching and they like, oh, well, how's she gonna get away with that? And I can't get away with it. If I did it, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah. I think that you and the dad need to have a conversation. Okay, because it is one of his children, and I'm sure he doesn't allow the children that live in the house to disrespect you. I don't know, but like I said, y'all need to have that conversation. And that way, because essentially y'all the leaders of the household. So like she was saying, where potentially the little girl can be disrespecting you and the other kids is looking crazy. But now there's separation. It's not inclusive. You know what I mean? Because that's still their sister. You know what I mean? It's the other kid's sister if they all share the same father. But now it's separation. It's like, well, what's going on here? And that can be a lot of confusion. But I think y'all can nip it in the bud, though, that confusion. If you have a conversation and then the dad get on board where I need to support you, you got to express to the dad why he needs to support you. Really get in depth, like, hey, not supporting me is really compromising the relationship that I have, not only with your daughter, but with you as well. Because, that's going to drive a wedge. Mm-hmm. It's going to drive a wedge. It's going to create resentment. It's going to create a hostile environment. It also, I don't know.
And then when and then not to cut you off, but it's going to cause all of that friction for 2 weeks, and then she's gone until the next grade. Yeah. So you got all this drama going on, and then she gone about her business. Right. Living her life. Right. Going back to her norm, and now y'all beefing. Right. Now you still got animosity towards one another. Now y'all still mad with each other, and she gone by her business, playing with her friends, showing off all her new Christmas stuff. Right. Yes. So you don't want that. Right. Yeah. Because that can, like I said, lead to just later resentment, man. Yeah. And she gone by her business without a care in the world. Yep. So you got to nip it in the bud and show that y'all a team.
Have that conversation. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. And if, the husband ain't reciprocating, like you said, well, don't leave her around then.
Yeah, I'm not keeping her
and
by myself.
Yeah, no, because it could get to a point, because children can be very disrespectful, and they can get to a point to where, let's just say, she storm out the house. Husband gone, she just leave. I don't like you, and just walk out the house. I don't know how disrespectful she being, but I know kids can be disrespectful though.
Especially little girls.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be a situation because if a child don't have no respect for authority, or for your authority, then they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and sometimes what they want to do is dangerous for their health. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't control them, then you don't need to be around them, watching them by yourself if you can't control what they're doing. Because it's not like we just want to be mean to kids. Like, a lot of things that we do for children, or we supervise children, just to make sure that they're safe and unharmed. But if you can't control them, I mean, their safety at that point is kind of in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Because they liable to do whatever.
Yeah.
And I think those are things that you should portray, to your boyfriend. Like, I need you to back me. That way she can listen to what I'm telling her.
And she'll receive it better if she knows that her daddy not putting up with it either.
Right, exactly.
She'll receive it.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, so hopefully we answered that question. I don't want to do any more questions because I want one more thing before we go ahead and call it quits. I have been bringing this up. I know you probably know I'm going. I've been bringing this up for the last 3 episodes. But we're coming up on a new year. Cannon's a year old.
Yeah.
And it's time to start talking about birth control. What are we going to do for birth control? Don't be looking at no time.
Nah, it is. It's time to get up out of here, man. It's 8 o'clock. The party started at 8. We got an hour drive there. That we can say that for the next episode. That's like a whole conversation of its own. We can't just skim over that. All right, so next episode will be the birth control
this
episode.
This is the 3rd time he's cut me off. So next week,
we already been talking
that's
forever.
That's the first thing we're talking about. Ain't no recap.
Yeah,
ain't no none of that. It's straight up.
Yeah.
What's next? Because
I didn't know where you was going with that. I thought you was getting ready to say I shaved my mustache and face off. That's what I thought you was getting ready to say. I didn't think you was gonna be talking about no birth control.
Well, yeah. Oh God, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you.
It wasn't Facebook.
It was Facebook.
I was gonna get rid of it when I got ready.
Facebook put it into perspective of how hot of a goddamn mess.
No, it didn't, because I had some people. I tallied it, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was like a 70-30 split, which obviously 70% said I need to shave it, and 30%. It was more than 70. No, it was like 70-30.
Whatever.
It was like 70-30.
He looked a hot damn mess, and I'm so happy to see.
But that's not the reason why I shaved it, though. Whatever. I just did the Facebook poll.
He don't want to admit it. And I'm okay with that because it's gone. So I don't care.
That was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't care.
So, I mean, since then, I've grown a beard out and everything. I mean, I had a whole face full of hair.
What's your point?
I was on leave. My point is I shaved it not only for myself, but I shaved it for you too as well. You know what I mean? Like, I shaved it because you don't like it, and I'm not that big I got to have a mustache. I kept it for as long as I wanted to keep it.
Stupid.
And who's know? I might grow it out again one day. You know what I mean?
You look stupid. Yeah, if you can't do the whole 9,
I might grow
leave
it
alone.
Again one day, man.
Like, let it alone. Like they say, let it alone.
Yeah.
If you can't do the whole thing, let it alone.
But yeah, I went and got a fresh haircut today.
Yeah,
and I had my barber.
Very good. I bet your barber was like, God damn, about time.
Nah. Yeah, he didn't. He asked me. He was like, when I came in, he was like, yo, what you want to do with the face? Because he know I'm on leave. So he usually, I'm on leave, I grow the beard out. He'll hook the beard up. You know what I'm saying?
He saw that he probably been
he'll
sick
hook
of
the
you
beard up, but I was
mess.
like, nah. I was like, leave it because I'm gonna shave it in a couple of days. I gotta go back to work. But like midway through the cut, I was like, bro, just take it all off, bro. Take the whole face off. Snatch the face off.
Thank God.
He snatched the face
God, it was
back,
so unattractive.
Back to baby face gangster over here. I'm about to say, back to baby face gangster over here. It's my mama.
You're not about to answer, are you?
Nah, I'm not. Yeah.
He was about to.
Yeah, I might have.
Let's not. Let's wait.
All right. We get ready to get up out of here anyway.
We are, but we need to close out. Not on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So that was that. This episode was a little slow.
I think it was decent.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little slow.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's okay. All right, y'all. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The next time you guys hear from us, it'll be next year. It'll be 2020. So we pray.
Keep talking.
I'm not doing that.
Keep talking.
No, like,
You being so corny,
no,
man.
you are the corny one. Jesus.
You just lame, bro. Like, put some personality into this shit.
That's not, no.
You know what I'm saying? While I hum the New Year song, you talk over it.
All right, y'all. We are the Millennial Tempo. Like,
This your boy Matt.
I can't. This is the second time it's ending.
What you mean? Don't take them headphones off. We're gonna close this podcast out correctly today.
Well, I was trying to close it out correctly, but you're doing too much.
Happy New Year, good people. Okay.
The next time you guys hear from us, it'll be 2020, and we gonna fix this lameness. It'll be gone, y'all.
Lameness.
It'll be gone, y'all. But nah,
people
seriously,
expire to be me.
We pray that everybody has a happy and safe New Year. That's the biggest thing. Be safe, y'all. We hope to hear from y'all in 2020.
Yep.
For this upcoming year, we plan on doing a little better with marketing, with taking off a little better, and just getting this thing more off the ground.
Yep.
And we appreciate all of y'all support.
All the support.
Thank
love.
y'all for rocking with us.
Thank you for all the subscribers. All right, everybody who's liked our social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? See, but
you see how stupid that sounds?
But what were you humming though?
What were you humming?
I was humming the New Year song.
No, you weren't. You were being.
No, listen to it.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you see how stupid it is.
Alright, so yeah.
Alright, y'all, this your girl Jasmine.
And your boy Matt.
And we are the Millennial Tempo.